all had these tiny apartments. I actually lived in a retail space.
We would just run around Tompkins, Washington Square, no parents. All we had were our skateboards.
We were just going crazy, you know, all the time. There was no supervision, no parents.
You know, kids? You've seen kids?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
You've seen it? I'm surprised. Usually people your age, they haven't seen it.
I was working on my novel at that point.
So we filmed kids, just around the corner. Made a few bucks from that.
No cares, you know, we just kind of didn't care.
See that building over there?
We cared a little, but we didn't care.
That used to be my grandma's. That's where she moved, and now I think it's an NYU now.
We couldn't afford curtains or anything, so I was just like naked all the time. Everyone could see me.
Why were you naked all the time? Why don't you just put on like clothes? The cool thing to do back then was just to be naked all the time. That was the trend back then. And Andy, I remember one time invited me up to his apartment, and I walk up the stairs. It was a walk up, no elevator. We didn't really have one.
Andy Warhol was always there. Bob Dylan was always there. Keith Haring was always there. Keith Haring, I have a funny story about him, but
he lived on the 8th floor, so I'm walking, I'm so tired. It's my first time at the apartment. I knock on the door. I say, Andy. Joke is running for mayor. You know what? We had great mayors back in the day.
So back in the day, you didn't need a megaphone, okay? This is some bullshit over here. You just talked, and people listened.
We had Bloomberg. We had Giuliani. I remember Garibaldi, his daughter went to my high school.
So over here, we have the Arch, George Washington Arch.
She was an absolute whore. The biggest whore.
You know, of course we did lots of cocaine right under the arches. It was kind of a good luck thing.
And it was great. We were doing drugs.
Cocaine, it was different back then, you know?
We were selling too. All kinds.
It was natural, not unlike this artificial stuff, all this synthetic stuff you dumbass kids have these days. It was different, and we didn't have any parents, you know, and we were artists. This is new over here. This actually was not around when I was growing up.
Shock?
I don't know. Can you imagine Bob Dylan here right now? I can't imagine Bob Dylan here right now. Times, they change, you know?
Even the dogs were different back then, you know? I'm seeing breeds that they didn't even exist when I was a kid. What the hell is that?
I feel old. I just feel old.
Do you know that guy?
He's been around. He's been around for a while. That's a Hank. He screwed me over back in the day. Him and Andy.
I'm sorry. Did you grow up in the 90s or the 80s?
I grew up in the heyday.